What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Uber Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, legendary trainer Dan Goossen and another legendary trainer who was a former world champion, Robert Garcia of Robert Garcia Boxing Academy, RBG. With that said, Robert Garcia and Dan Goossen, they weighed in on the highly anticipated upcoming showdown between undefeated two-division world champion who simultaneously holds the WBA at 130 and 135, who is a three-time, four-time world champion, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, as he is set to take on, or will be set, should I say, to take on undefeated, rising Mexican superstar lightweight title contender King Ryan Garcia. Now, Ryan Garcia has trained at Dan Goossen's gym, as Dan Goossen has stated that Ryan Garcia had trained at his gym for months at a time. So he's very familiar with Ryan Garcia. And Robert Garcia, he just states that based off of his eye test and what he knows about the sport of boxing, they give their breakdown on how this fight is going to play out and who they think is going to win. Oddly enough, both guys are picking Ryan Garcia to win this fight. Dan Goossen correctly picked Ryan Garcia's fight against former Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight superstar title contender Luke Campbell in his last fight this past Saturday night. What happened was Ryan Garcia was floored in the second round, if you don't know, and he got up and eventually he stopped Luke Campbell in the seventh round with a left hook to the liver, and that was predicted by Dan Goossen on the zone. He predicted that was going to be the way Ryan Garcia was going to win this fight. So with that said, Robert Garcia, he says the talent of Ryan Garcia trumps the talent of Gervonta Tank Davis. Thus the reason why he's picking Ryan Garcia. But he also states that it's going to be a very, very tough fight because Gervonta Tank Davis is very talented as well. Gervonta Tank Davis brings a lot to the table as well. So he states that it's definitely going to be a very, very tough fight, but he's picking Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has the intangibles, right? Ryan Garcia stands at 5'10" with a 71-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis stands at 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. So Ryan Garcia has a 5-inch height advantage. Ryan Garcia has a 4-inch arm reach advantage. Not to mention, he has slightly faster hands. Or it could be that Ryan Garcia sits down on his hand speed and his power more so than Gervonta Tank Davis normally does. Gervonta Tank Davis, the version, in my opinion, that showed up against Jose Pedraza, that athletic, explosive Gervonta Tank Davis, he will defeat Ryan Garcia. That's my opinion. Robbie Garcia is basing this off of the last few fights that Gervonta Tank Davis had. His last fight against four-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Leo Santa Cruz, and against Olympic gold medalist, former three-division world champion Yuriorkis Gamboa, in which he stopped both guys. He knocked out Leo Santa Cruz in dramatic fashion, and he ended up stopping Yuriorkis Gamboa in the 12th round. Now, Yuriorkis Gamboa, like Robert Garcia stated, he was on one leg. He popped his Achilles, I believe it was in the third round. He still was able to make it to the 12th round. That was Gervonta Tank Davis' one and only fight at 135, and it was for the vacant WBA interim title. So that made him a world champion. I believe he dropped Yuriorkis Gamboa 3 or 4 times in that fight as well. But Robert Garcia said he wasn't that impressed because of the level of opponents. Leo Santa Cruz is a 118-pounder who never had power. He's a smaller guy. In stature and appearance, Leo Santa Cruz is a bigger guy than Gervonta Tank Davis. He has a wiry frame. Leo Santa Cruz stands at 5'7", 5'8". He has a 72-inch arm reach, 70-inch arm reach, I believe. So Leo Santa Cruz is a bigger, taller, wiry frame guy. Gervonta Tank Davis is more shorter and more compact, right? Leo Santa Cruz is taller and wiry. So Leo Santa Cruz essentially is the bigger guy. It's just that Gervonta Tank Davis, in between fights, balloons up in weight where Leo Santa Cruz doesn't. Now, the thing about this is Leo Santa Cruz never packed a power punch. He's a very active fighter. He's accurate. He has power, but he's more of a, he overwhelms you, right? He's a you know he breaks you down. He's an accumulation puncher. So he breaks you down over a duration of time. Not a one punch knockout artist, right? So Leo Santa Cruz is very active. So he sets records of how many punches is thrown in a fight, things of that nature. Very, very active guy. And he was having success against Gervonta Tank Davis in their fight. Leading up to the knockout, it was, people had it, the judges had it a draw at that point in time. 2 rounds to Leo Santa Cruz, 2 rounds to Gervonta Tank Davis. Eventually, Gervonta Tank Davis set Leo Santa Cruz up. He backed him in the corner. Leo Santa Cruz threw 3 straight right hands. First one landed. Second one grazed Gervonta Tank Davis. Third one, he slipped it, came up with the left uppercut, knocked out Leo Santa Cruz dramatic fashion. So, you know, they're pointing to his last 2 outings, you know, and they weren't that impressed. Leo Santa Cruz is a very highly skilled, high qualified, high level fighter, high profile fighter. It's just that he doesn't have a lot of power. So I understand why you would say you expect that from Gervonta Tank Davis, because styles make fights. Leo Santa Cruz doesn't have a lot of power. Gervonta Tank Davis was never threatened by his power. So Yuriorkis Gamboa, you know, I was surprised that it seemed like Gervonta Tank Davis' power didn't truly translate to 135. With that said, obviously he got the stoppage victory, but Yuriorkis Gamboa kept weathering the storm. Even when he got dropped in the 12th round and the fight was stopped by the referee, it wasn't that he was out cold like Leo Santa Cruz. It wasn't that he was completely dazed, didn't know where he was at. It was just that he didn't have a foundation. He was on that one leg, and he kept getting dropped. Gervonta Tank Davis has explosive power. He has explosive athletic ability. And he's a southpaw. So with that said, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis, he catches you, he knocks you, you know, he's gonna drop you, he catch you clean enough. But there was times where Yuriorkis Gamboa was taking his power. So Gervonta Tank Davis even admitted that he's more comfortable at 130 than he is at 135. Those are bigger guys. Gervonta Tank Davis, like I stated, is only 5'5", and he's has a 67-inch arm. He's not a big guy. Now there's some anomalies, right? You have Manny Pacquiao, who's 5'6", and he has a 67-inch arm reach like Gervonta Tank Davis, but he is an anomaly. His athletic ability, his power, he's a southpaw like Gervonta Tank Davis. His footwork, dynamic, right? He's just a special gifted athlete. He's a once-in-a-generation lifetime talent, that being Manny Pacquiao. Him and Gervonta Tank Davis are oddly the same size. They're the same size, right? You would never think that, but they're the same size. So with that said, you know, Dan Goossen, he's saying that Ryan Garcia is never going to lose. I doubt that. There's talents out there. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez. Now they ranked Teofimo Lopez at Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy. They ranked Teofimo Lopez at number 1. Oddly enough, they ranked Devin Haney last. They have Ryan Garcia at 2. And like I said, Robert Garcia is picking Ryan Garcia to beat this fight, to beat Gervonta Tank Davis in this fight. Now, Robert Garcia has an interesting take, which I agree with. He says that he believes that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to have another fight, and he believes that Ryan Garcia is going to have another fight. He says Ryan Garcia will more than likely fight Jorge Linares. Gervonta Tank Davis will fight another fighter, and then they'll fight towards the end of the year when things clear up, because it's such a big fight that you want to have, and you want to capitalize on as many fans that you can, have as many fans in attendance, you know, have as much revenue you could garner. So you don't want to shortchange it. You want to wait. He said that's a stadium fight, and you want to wait until everything completely opens up to stage this level of a fight. And I have to somewhat agree with Robert Garcia when he says this. He believes the fight is not going to take place till November, December. I have to disagree, because the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, it holds 16,000 fans. Well, AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Arlington is the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. It holds. We just saw Errol Spence. He fought against Danny Garcia and had 16,000 fans. That's equivalent to a packed out stadium in MGM Grand. Now, obviously, there's nothing like the atmosphere at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas with this level of fight. It's a fighting city, right? It's the unofficial capital of the sport of boxing. That in New York. So with that said, I understand you want to have fans be able to, participate in a normal manner, right? You want fans to be able to interact with one another. You want the atmosphere to be electric. You want the crowd to be electric. You don't want, to be any restrictions. So you want it to be completely open up and completely normal. But like I said, we could have 16,000 fans or more at AT&T Stadium, and there's a massive Mexican fan base, obviously, in Texas, and also too, Gervonta Tank Davis has a massive fan base in Texas. So it could be at AT&T Stadium, the Cowboy Stadium, and pack in 17,000 fans, as many fans as you would have at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas. So I don't think you have to wait, but if you do want to, pack out the MGM and have it in Las Vegas, and be able to have access to everything surrounding the fight, meaning that normal fights in Las Vegas, you have, fans, traveling, no restrictions, and going out and hanging out and partying. It's just, the event is an event in itself. So I understand what Robert Garcia is saying. You want to hold off as much as possible until you're able to stage a fight in a normal manner. As far as Dan Goossen, he's saying that stylistically, skill set wise, nobody's going to beat Ryan Garcia. He's just committed. He says he's just a special talent like Floyd Mayweather, like Manny Pacquiao. He says, when you see these guys and they step in the ring and they come in your gym, he says that a special talent when you see it. And he likens Ryan Garcia as that special talent. I don't see that. Ryan Garcia has slow feet. He has a lot of holes in his game. He stands straight up. Yes, he has very fast hands. Yes, he has power in both hands. Yes, he throws beautiful combinations. People were saying the same thing about Amir Khan. Amir Khan is very similar to Ryan Garcia. Very, very fast hands. Not good on the defensive side. Puts combinations together well. But the difference is Amir Khan had quicker feet and more educated feet than Ryan Garcia. But Amir Khan's chin, I believe, is weaker than Ryan Garcia's. When Ryan Garcia got hit, he got dropped. He was never completely hurt or out of it, right? He just got dropped. He got up, he recovered quickly, and he went back and he pressed the fight, and he eventually won the fight. Amir Khan, if that was Amir Khan, he would have been on wobbly legs. He would have never fully recovered, and he more than likely would have got knocked out, okay? So I think that's the difference. But there's a lot of similarities to Amir Khan and Ryan Garcia, and we've seen Amir Khan lose, right? Amir Khan was a special talent. Ryan Garcia is definitely a special talent, but Devin Haney is a more special talent than Ryan Garcia. Shakur Stevenson is a more special talent than Ryan Garcia. Teofimo Lopez is a more special talent than Ryan Garcia, and I believe all three of those guys will beat Ryan Garcia if given the opportunity. Now, also, I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis focus is going to beat Ryan Garcia. Now, obviously, Ryan Garcia has a lot of advantages, physical advantages over Gervonta Tank Davis, but he lacks in two important areas: the foot speed and explosive athletic ability. That all belongs into the favor of Gervonta Tank Davis, as you saw against Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza is a very special talent himself, right? And Gervonta Tank Davis put on an absolute dazzling performance. He's a southpaw with a lot of power. I didn't like the body language and how Ryan Garcia completely reacted to all Luke Campbell's punches. So I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis will be successful. But there's a lot of people that are picking Ryan Garcia. They believe that Ryan Garcia will be successful. They believe he has what it takes. I'm interested to see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.